Screen. So today we'll be going through defining your contacts through hashtags. So I after my meeting yesterday with the other group, I just want to say this: don't overthink it. Don't try and make it too complex. It's just keep it really simple and to the point, if you could do that. um, so it's basically, don't think of it as that social media hashtags. Think of it as you're labeling your clients. So you're labeling this person as a first home buyer, or labeling this person as like a investor. Okay, so let me just get started. Okay, now, so what are hashtags? Like I said before, they're a version of labels within your smart CRM. Don't think social media hashtags. They are used to organize your contact list for a quick filtering and communication trigger within MyWica. There is no limit on the number of hashtags you are able to create in your account or apply to an individual contact. They can be manually set up or automatically applied to specific contacts. So you can have one person with 1,500 hashtags attached to it. It doesn't matter. But if you do, I would be like, we need to discuss how you're organizing your CRM system. Okay, just a quick recap. The lead statuses in MyWica, as you know, there are 8. So there's Sphere, contacts you know, but they may or may not be searching for real estate. Prospects, contacts you've met or have information for, who you want to convert into a real estate lead. They might not be actually searching right now, but you're going to drive your marketing efforts to do so. Contacts who have new leads are contacts who are signed up onto your website or other lead generating efforts, be it Facebook, your website, Instagram, whatever. An active lead is a contact who is actively returning to seek further information. So you're doing open home websites views, that kind of thing. Client, your client is a contact who you're actually working with. So you're meeting with them, you're signing paperwork, you're going open homes, you're telling them what homes are for sale, etc. Contract. This is actually a contact who's in the buying or selling transaction process. And close is contacts who have completed a transaction. And finally, archive. This is a contact you don't intend to work with or communicate with any further. Moving a contact into the status will unsubscribe them and remove them from any automated communication. However, I recommend that you never move someone into archive until they've actively said, I don't want to hear from you anymore, or unsubscribe from your communications. Why? Because you never know when they might start buying the process or selling process again. So you need to remain top of mind. As an example, I did a email campaign within the DMV area for another company. And this woman, she never opened my email. She never clicked on my link. She never did anything. Then one day, she clicked on an email, signed up to the website, and bought $1,000 worth of product. Now, that's not in regards to real estate, but gives you an idea of, you never know who just might click on your link and actually sign up for something. Okay, also remember your statuses and what type you need to give them. So we got buyer, seller, renter, vendor, agent. You can give them multiple types, like a buyer and a renter, as your client could be renting currently, but in the process of buying a house. My recommendation is only sign them multiple types if they are actually in the process of buying or selling. If you have a client who's a renter, but they might be buying in the years to come, don't put them in a buyer until they go ahead and start actually buying process. Why? You don't want to send them the wrong information. Like, you're going to inundate them with information they just don't need right now. I only say this is because I was working with another one of your colleagues, and she's like, oh yeah, I have this person in, he's a renter, but I've put him as a buyer as well, but I don't want to send him 2 emails. I was like, but why have you got them as one? She's like, oh, you never know, he might start buying a house. I was like, okay. So trying to explain to her that she should not have it as a buyer was a very long process, but she was like, no, you never know. So just a recommendation. Okay, your hashtags at a glance. Now, as I said before, you're able to create your own hashtags. You can view them within the Smart CRM, and contacts with hashtags apply will display those labels right underneath their name when you're viewing your Smart CRM. So as soon as you open your Smart CRM, you should see their name and any hashtags that are listed. Also, you can open them up and see the wider view, and then you can see where the hashtags are listed down there. So you can use your hashtags as a filtering system through your CRM system. So it's very common for agents to use hashtags to label their contacts within their search preference. So if you have a client who's looking for a pool, a 2-bedroom home, a row home, you can use that to filter out your future communication. Also with this, when you're conducting an open house, you can use the address as a hashtag that will be attached to your leads to generate, that you're generating. So for example, you can have tag 429 G Street Northeast, OH, which is equals open house. Dave, I know you do this, so which is great. A little bit of a tidbit is if you use the Open House app, your leads generate through the app automatically have the property address of hashtag applied when synced from the app to your Smart CRM. Okay, and you can use it as a trigger. So hashtags can be used as a trigger for smart campaigns, which remove a manual step, making your business process a bit more efficient. So as an example, you can use an open home hashtag as a trigger to send up a follow-up email within the hour of the open home finishing. So when you're building or editing your campaign, you have that option. So let's do it. While we're going to do a live example. Are there any questions at all? I know it's a lot of information. No?
Not right now.
Not right now? Awesome. Okay, but it's making sense, right? Great.
Yeah, I think I started with too many hashtags and wasn't consistent. So I have want to be referral, hashtag referral from a person, and then another one that says hashtag. So I almost too many of the same thing. So
yeah,
I have to go back. One's capital, one's lowercase, and I'm like, okay, now we have too many hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that part.
Like I said, if you you can have as many on there as you like, but if you have more than, I'm going to say 10, if you have more than 10 attached to one person, that screams something's wrong to me. So
okay, that makes sense.
Alrighty then. So okay, now
how come the only thing I do have a question, and this is probably not something you can answer, but you say to have we get a lead status,
mm-hmm.
and then you give them a I'm sorry, is it lead status? Yeah, you give them what? Yeah, lead status, and then you have to give them an what's the next thing after a lead status?
You need to give them
a type.
A type, yeah.
A type, right. Well, how come? Okay, so we have our sphere. We have our friends that they're not buyers or sellers right now. So I'm surprised they don't have one that we can label as that, because they have a status as a sphere, but then yes, they could be a buyer or seller. But what you just said was don't put them as a buyer or seller if they're not getting ready to do something. So that's kind of why don't we have one more category?
Yeah, my recommendation with that is
they're not vendors.
Put them as if they own their home, put them as a buyer. If they are a renter, put them as a renter. Just be careful, I only say don't put them as multiple or something that doesn't apply to them if you have
Yeah.
automatic campaigns attached to them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just be careful about that.
Okay.
But that's a good suggestion, and I'm going to actually ask that for.
Because it could be a different campaigns for people that aren't buying or selling right now,
Yeah,
but
like
we could be
just like
still giving them
just
valuable information that
just
that's
an
about a
other.
house. Yeah. Yeah. Or about the
Can we
market or whatever.
Yeah, could I have an other suggestion?
Yeah, I bet.
Status. Thanks for that, Sandy. That's a good idea.
I know I'm not the only one that's probably asked that one.
Okay, cool. Alrighty then. So, okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick filtering system here. As you guys know, I am a admin, so mine looks a little bit different to yours. So let me just organize this so I have it all. Okay. Okay, so as I mentioned before, when you log in, this is what your CRM will look like. Now, as you can see, I have you guys in my CRM system. So when you get my marketing updates or, my little mass emails that I'm sending out, I use it through a hashtag. So you can see here that I've got all you guys listed here, and you can see the hashtag there that I've created right underneath David's name. In regards to that as well, you can see it here, and then that will list all the other hashtags you have attached to that person. Okay, so when you're creating a hashtag, you can do it individually. So you can just let's use David as an example, and I'm just going to add him here, and I'm going to put in new agent. Update tags. And then just refresh the page. Or not.
Here's a question while you're doing that.
Yes.
So when I've done that, I've created my hashtag. Do I have to if I do it manually? Actually, I've always started with putting the hashtag symbol and then putting it. Do I need to do that or not? Or does it automatically put the hashtag? Because sometimes I think I have hashtag. So am I doing an extra hashtag?
Yeah, so if you're manually adding it through here, yes, you have to add the hashtag. In other areas, no, you don't have to add that hashtag.
Okay. But you do if you're doing manual.
Yeah, if you do it from here, please add it because it's not going to recognize it.
Okay, cool.
But other places, no, you don't.
Okay.
And I find that weird.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right. That's as long as because sometimes it looks like I have two hashtags. I'm like, why do I have two hashtags?
Yeah.
The symbol.
Yeah. Okay. So here, you've got, so I've just added new agent hashtag right there. So I'm just going to get rid of that there. Okay. So why do you need this hashtag? Why is it important? Well, one, I can go to my marketing autopilot. I can schedule a mass email, and I can send out a mass email to one particular hashtag if I want to. As soon as it, so let's do it this way. So, okay, schedule email. Okay, and as you can see here, it says contacts with hashtag, and I'm going to put Alexandria Old Town. Select time, let's say 12, template. I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go. Nothing too exciting. And then if I go schedule, you can see here that everyone under the hashtag Alexandria Old Town, I've got 106 people with that hashtag. So that email is going to go to 106 people. So that's as easy as it is. Just imagine trying to figure out who to send it to, and you're like, oh, okay, Joe needs that one, Sally needs that one. If you put a hashtag to it, done. 106 emails sent out in the space of 5 minutes. But also, it, like I said before, it helps with your filtering as well. So, sorry, I have.
Do you know, now this is not a hashtag necessarily. This is a question about if you do an auto email like that, like, so if I have an invite and I want to send it to whomever, and I go in and do the auto email, is there a report that actually shows who opened up my emails? No.
You have to go in manually and
look
see.
at each to see if they in each record.
Yeah.
That's why we still use Buffini, because Buffini, if you send a mass email, you can go in and see who's actually opened up and who hasn't opened it up.
Yeah, I mean, I know there is a, like you can go into your business analytics and there is a KV core activity. So you can see what is being sent out, but you can't actually see what's being opened.
That's interesting. I think you would.
Oh, actually, you can see who's unsubscribed.
Well, that, yeah, we can get that too. All right.
But yeah.
Okay. That's why I'm still having to use two systems. It's kind of driving me nuts, but I'm trying very hard to use KV Core, but then there's stuff that because I still can't figure out how to do a transaction in here. So that's an off-site conversation. But that's the one thing that's kind of cool about, you can go in and look to see who actually has opened it and who hasn't opened it up.
Open rates. Okay, cool. Thank you. Because I can let them know.
A new one to add. That'd be kind of cool to know.
Yeah. Okay, so what was I doing? What was I doing?
Sorry.
Okay, so no, that's okay. I need to know these questions. Oh, I don't have an answer for. I'm sorry, Siri's talking to me. So as I was saying before, a hashtag is a great way to try and find particular people, especially when you're using the Open Home app. You're not going to remember every single person's name, address, and things like that. So when you are conducting an Open Home, that hashtag will allow you to filter out those people and actually start a one-on-one conversation with them as well. Like I said before, you can have a campaign already started before the Open Home to follow up via email. But if you're wondering, like, you just remember, but if you want to follow up with them again in a couple of days' time, but you want to make it a little bit more personal, you can search by the hashtag. Ew. See, this is where you got to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And there we go. So those are all those people that were underneath the Alexandria Old Town hashtag. Again, I would have Front Royal as well. So if I want to find those guys, there they all are. So you can see the benefit of making sure you have hashtags. Now, I know you guys are not going to remember every single hashtag that you attach to a person. I am trying to work out how we can add a filtering, like a better system to do that onto KV Core. But, you know, just keep a list somewhere that allows you to understand the hashtags that are attached to it. And then you can go from there. But as I said before, this is a better way to filter out your contacts, manage them, communicate with them. And, you know, instead of sending out multiple emails at once, like you can send one email at once within 5 minutes. Hopefully. Okay, so any questions, concerns, anything else that you need from me while I'm here?
Okay, now Dave's probably, I know, worked with this. All right, so I did a Facebook boost for the very first time, and I've got all these people that came through the Facebook boost.
Yes.
They are new leads, and I'm like, what do I do? I don't know if they just looked at they obviously looked at the ad. So they came in and looked at something, but I'm not sure. I've gone in every time someone's done that. I've gone in and sent them a an automatic email saying, hey, I don't know if you're just looking or what have you, but I've done nothing else. So I may have let people go for this one, but I'm going to do it again. But
Okay.
what am I supposed to do with those lovely people that I have looking?
So my
supposedly?
my question is, what are you boosting?
I was boosting a price reduction of my listing in Arlington.
Okay, you know what you should have done then? You should have gone, great, thank you for your interest. Let's organize a time to speak further and doing an open home.
Okay.
So you're causing them to do a follow-up.
Okay.
So yeah, if it's a
I didn't try to call any of them, but I did email everybody just because that's how they came in, because I'm sure a lot of them are probably hitting a lot of different things. And so I was trying to be very passive, but at the same time, like, hey, you know, like, are you interested? So I don't know. I'm guessing right now, I think that it's already been sending them other stuff. It must be the way it's set up. So I think they're getting other houses, and until they tell me they don't want it, there's only one person that said they didn't want it.
Okay.
But I think I have it set up so they automatically get a campaign.
Yeah. So always check with that. Because some of the email, like the campaigns, are not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, it must be based on whatever my listing was. It must be this, like, you know, it's a 1 bedroom. So it so far, no one's, I've only gotten one person that wanted to get away from it, that said, and I get it, because they were just probably doing a broad search, just like I'm a consumer too. I don't want to be bombarded. But so I think I will probably go back through now and actually try to call, because some people did leave phone numbers.
And
say, hey, maybe I'll just plead innocent that I've got a new system.
Yeah, just like say, look, I'm sorry, I'm just transferring information from one system to another. I do apologize for my delay. But hey, like, I saw you're interested in this property. But yeah, if you're boosting a property, always try and get them to come and see you, see the property, and, you know, make that initial thing. If you go, oh, hi, thanks for your interest, you're instantly going to turn them off. They're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go over here now.
Gotcha.
So
get an action somehow. Okay, got it.
Yeah. But great boosting. I love it.
I know. I was like, so proud of you. I boosted for a week, and I'm like, oh no, there's people. I'm getting these things saying there's leads, you know, and I'm like, now what do I do? So you know.
No, that's great. That's good. Okay. Anything else I can help with at all?
Hey, Sandy.
Yeah.
When they come in as a boost,
yeah,
it's instant. So they are still at the computer.
Oh.
It is just like regularly network.
Oh.
So I've called them right away.
Oh, well, that certainly makes sense. Okay.
So yeah, they are still at the computer.
That's a little gem right there. Okay. All right. Yeah, because if I send them an email the next day, they're like, probably like, oh, I'm off something. I'm doing something else now. Okay, so cool.
The other one is go to your CRM and you'll see the property boost. And then it'll have maybe just the phone number of the person if they didn't give out their name. Click on it and it'll show you what is being sent to them. I have my own property boost campaign set up.
Yeah.
So click on that and then you'll see exactly what they're getting.
Okay. All right.
As long as you have the property boost going to a campaign.
Okay.
So I don't know somewhere I set it up that anybody that goes through any boost, they get put into the campaign. I don't know if it's automatic or not, but I have one I've made up myself.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I think I have it set up. So I thought, oh well, go ahead, let them get emails, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. So it won't hurt, I suppose.
So then the next thing that I do is when you go into that person and say it was Arlington, $300,000 houses.
Right.
Set them up on a search through KV Core.
Set them up on what?
A search.
I lost him.
Oh. Sandy?
Yep.
So set them up on a search through KV Core. So you don't have to set up a MLS matrix search. So it's fairly broad. And you just say, you know, if it's condos, $300,000 to $400,000.
Right.
So you got, just play around with it and it'll say, send it twice a week, once a month.
And that's, see, I think that's what I believe I did for at least a couple of them. And it is a broad search, because then I go back in and I can see where they've, on that one page, it shows your new email. It shows where someone's gotten something.
Right, right.
Okay, all right. But that's a good gem about call. I mean, they're still on the computer if I get that notice.
Right, right.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
I think I'll boost again.
oh, definitely keep going. I do boost for my own business and everything like that, and they're really good. So you can get a
The
grasp.
practice, $60, and if I get one person out of it for boosting a week, then that's a cheap lead. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so before we all go, guys, I just want to remind you, as you guys know, I do have 2 offices. I can get very busy. I just recently had this week someone give me one of their own brochures that they needed to get designed. Don't mind, but this agent expected me to asked me to have it done that day. So she sent me the information, said, "Can you have this done by today?" If I wasn't busy, yeah, sure, not a problem. I really don't mind the last minute details, but if I can't, don't just remember I usually can do it that day, but if I'm busy, you'll have to wait 24 hours. If it is if it's just gone live that day, I'm gonna say give me 24 hours. But this agent had this property agent live since October 31st, and I don't mind getting emails over the weekend saying, "Hey, I'm gonna send you this information. Can you make sure this is done by this day?" Yeah, that's fine. Don't mind that, but don't do it to me at the last minute.
Why don't you set the expectation for us? Why don't you say, I need 24 hours? I mean,
I have said that multiple times,
Okay,
and
okay.
I know you guys are busy. We are all busy.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just an FYI, please just don't get angry at me when I say, "I'm sorry, I'm busy. Give me 24 hours." So yeah. I don't mind doing it usually, as you guys know, I usually can, but that day it was, "Oh, well, I need this done now." It's well, nah, sorry, my day's pretty booked. So just an FYI, but otherwise, thank you for joining. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, guys. If you have any questions or you need a one-on-one with me, please let me know. But otherwise, I will see you guys next week, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for your info.
Bye.